Well, hello everybody, welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back. I hope you guys are doing fantastic out there. In this video today, we're going to talk about solar panels, and I'm going to talk about something that us people that live off the grid sometimes experience, and I'll show you a simple solution to fix this problem. Okay, so right now I'm looking at a solar panel that has been in service for a long period of time. It's had pretty heavy direct sunlight exposure, and we're dealing with a phenomenon known as cracked vinyl. Let's take a closer look and I'll show you what it looks like and how we can combat this. So after many years of direct sunlight, you'll notice on some of these solar panels that on the back of the panel you'll see these cracks. You'll see the white vinyl starting to crack. Now this isn't a super bad problem, but it does present some issues that could be hard on the solar panel. And what could happen here is water intrusion. Water can actually sneak in and get to the back side of the cells, and at that point it can create problems. So when we start seeing solar panels that have cracked vinyl, it's good to take them down. You don't necessarily have to uninstall them. You can do this technique that I'm fixing to share with the panels sitting up where they're normally at, if you can get access to them with your hands. So the idea is we're gonna seal up these cracks so that water intrusion cannot occur. So the easiest method that I know of to repair cracked vinyl is to get some silicone, which is 100% silicone. I like to use the one here that says tub and tile because it's designed to be around water and preferably white in color. Then what you'll do is you'll take the silicone and you'll put little beads along these cracks, and you can use your finger to smear it in, or you could use a flat putty knife or something like that. But this is really the solution to cracked vinyl. And you want to get all the cracks, make sure that all the areas that could have potential for water intrusion, you want to make sure that they're all covered. And then from that point, the panel can be cut back into service, no problems at all. As long as that water can't access and get into the backside of the solar cells, you're good to go. Now, if you are in a humid environment and you feel that the panel might be compromised to the point where there's already moisture in behind the cells, you want to wait until the panels are fully dry, because you don't want to put the silicone on there. If you do that, you're going to force the water to stay in, the moisture to stay in between the vinyl and the cell. So here in the Southwest where we live, it's very dry heat, so I have no problem go ahead and putting some silicone in these cracked vinyls. So here we're going to just start here just for an example. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I've got my caulking gun, and you can see I'm going down near the crack here. Nothing too crazy. Just going to go right up in these areas here. You don't have to put a lot on. It doesn't take much because these cracks are pretty small. And then I like to use my finger and just rub the silicone in. You want to make sure that the silicone gets into those cracks. And up here, up along the top, you want to make sure that all of the areas that have exposure where water intrusion can occur, you want to make sure that you cover all of those areas. Again, you can use a putty knife if you want, but this step is extremely simple, and this will give your panels a lot more life. You do not have to take these panels out of service to do this either. You can leave them right there on the array as long as you can access them from the back and get this silicone into those cracks. So right up in here, you're just checking to make sure all these areas get covered. If you see multiple cracks and stuff, you just want to put that silicone in there. It's not hard to do. You just want to take your time and make sure that you're getting every little spot where you can see the cracks. The cool thing about the white vinyl on solar panels is, for the most part, it makes it pretty easy to see and find and locate those cracks. So they'll usually be off color. They'll be a darker color generally. So here's what cracked vinyl looks like before treatment. And then of course, if we come over here, you can see what it would look like after treatment. And you can do this as nasty or as pretty as you want. If we come over here, you can see I did some yesterday on these couple of rows right here. So you can see where it needs to be done right here, and you can see right here where it's already been done. And that really helps save your solar panels. You can cut them back in and give them a lot more life without the risk or fear of them being exposed to the moisture and having that get between the cell and the vinyl. Now, when I first started the video, you saw a big solar array behind me. Those are these panels right here. And these ones, you can see there's no cracked vinyl on these. These ones are doing very well. They're holding up just fine. Well folks, that's all I have for you today on this video. I hope you enjoyed this technique. It works very good. I've been using this. It does take a little bit of time. Now, I have seen people that have done epoxy pours on the back side of the vinyl. I personally have not done that. For me, the silicone method works just fine. Never had an issue. I hope you got some good, useful information out of this video. Please feel free to thumb up this video. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you've seen this before. And if so, how did you treat your panels? I'd like to read that discussion down there. So with all that being said, folks, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope each and every one of you has a beautiful day. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now, everybody.